84.
It is obviously you can do here. The new update of MM2.
And I
We're
want
gonna
to
be
be very
playing
careful here.
it
I'm not
because
her doctor.
we
I'm not
can.
diagnosing her, and I'm not accusing him of giving
And
her
the video in the
anything.
corner.
But I'm saying
if
that the
it, like,
context
itself,
worries me.
because
Holovinsky has openly admitted in his own videos to using chemicals, anabolic steroids himself, which raises serious
also-
suspicions about what he is introducing into
Her.
regimen. Furthermore, in
Older
play
videos
in
when she
the,
was still 16 years old, he
murder
makes
around,
very
even though that
uncomfortable
doesn't, like,
comments about her body, says highly
suggestive
because
jokes
I'm like
right
top
in
level,
front of
so I
other
think I'm
adult
good.
men.
Давай, включи свой фото, покажи. А что ты показываешь? Мы его вставим в кадр. Надо самим посмотреть. Нет, мы смотрим. Иди ты рассказывай. Что мы с тобой занимаемся? Чем? Адресовать тебе нашу зарубу, точнее зарубу от Алюси, от моей возлюбленной, ты сказала подопечной, да, обычно ты сказала, что какого-то хрена ты трахаешь подопечную.
Just take a look at her body language. You can visibly see her discomfort on camera. Because the age of consent in Ukraine is 16, he uses it as a shield to justify behavior that is
So
fundamentally
we won this round. I was just collecting stuff, and I like the shift lock for like when I'm innocent and stuff. Because
the adult who was shaping you since you were a teenager. It is fair to ask whether this is a
just
healthy
because, like, I
amount
have
of
free
control
will.
for one
But
person
first,
to
let's
have.
vote, because yes, I might keep this gun on.
People like
I really like the
Lewinsky don't
peer
exist
map.
in a
It's really
vacuum.
cool.
They are enabled because a patriarchal society has normalized it. Let's look at another predator's haven, Reddit. I stumbled into specific age gap community there, and let me tell you, it is an absolute echo chamber of denial. You scroll through it and you see couples where she is 18 and he's 32 and they are co-workers. Some of these couples visually look less like romantic partners and more like a father and daughter, and in some cases a grandfather. But the most telling part isn't even the photos. It is the community's heavily policed, messed up rules. Their official policy is basically be nice or be quiet. The moderators actively delete any comment that is expressing a genuine concern for a vulnerable person in a relationship. They will hand out an immediate ban if anyone dares to bring up the concept of age of consent. You're strictly forbidden from using words like grooming or predator. If you point out a toxic power dynamic, your comment is scrubbed from existence. In fact, under one of the posts,
encourage
users
myself
did the
to get
basic math
out
and realized the girl
You
was
know why?
actually 17 when she and her older partner first met.
I'm gonna
When
tell you
people
anyway,
rightfully
even
lost
though
their
you can't-
minds and criticized the sub for platforming this, the admin stepped in with the defense that tells you everything
when I'm
you
going
need
out,
to
I
know.
have
They
to
basically
encourage
said it
myself
doesn't
to
matter
go.
when they met, as long as both of them are 18 now. Think about
It's
how
really
terrifying that
reasonable,
logic is.
to be
It's a
honest.
literal admission that as long
Literal,
as
like,
you
everyone
cross
does
that
it.
finish line,
And
the
if you
years
don't,
spent
you're
priming
not
and
weird,
grooming a
actually.
child don't
You're
count.
just
They
normal.
built an entire digital
Unlike
safe
like,
haven
like,
specifically designed
yeah.
to shield older men from accountability.
And I
Another
don't care
post I
if
found
you
on
do
Reddit
it or
was
not.
so deeply disturbing I can't even put a text on the screen without risking this entire video getting taken down. I will try my best right now to explain it without getting
this
flagged.
one then,
So the
since, like,
original
half the surface on
poster
it,
is a 24-year-old
I'm gonna do my
grown
little
man.
party there.
In his post, he's describing getting involved
Wow, a bunch of people just joined, and
with
I'm
a girl
still
who's a
the
decade
top
younger
one.
than him.
Must be
Hungry
nice.
Jack's jacked up sodas just got better
Hi,
with new
Sigma
Mango
boy.
Breeze. Classic soda twisted with delicious fruity
Hi,
flavors,
Sigma.
or smooth,
I
rich
think
creamer for that
people know
perfect
what I'm
blend.
recording, but I don't know.
The jacked up soda
Range only at Hungry Jack's. When the world's greatest martial arts tournament begins, every name here will fight to be remembered. The Ice Palace left the Central Plains long ago.
Survive.
Came back only to end this. You're fragile.
Bit weird how that girl just went directly to
And so it begins.
Very strange. Why is he shooting at nobody? I'm just gonna collect coins like always.
Do the math. People in comments, of course, were shocked and called him out. And his response? Nauseating. The only thing
She
this
missed me so
man
bad.
is concerned about is the possibility of legal action being taken against him. He literally tries to
It's a girl
justify
with
it
the
by
blue
arguing
knife.
that protection laws are just puritanical taboos made up by society. He completely blinds himself to the massive psychological harm and exploitation happening here. How individuals like that are walking free, posting online instead of facing real legal consequences
Oh my god!
is absolutely terrifying. And of course, you need to understand
Camping, by the
that I
way.
put all the blame
God.
only on the much older party
And
of the
this guy
relationship,
kept
because
shooting at
predators
nothing
love to
because he couldn't
gaslight
do a
and
single
brainwash
job.
victims.
Come on,
Many
bro.
women
Got
only
this.
realize how strange the
Oh my god,
relationship
she's
was
just
years
spamming me.
later. At the time they
Oh my
defended
god.
it, they thought it was love. They thought they were
Come
choosing it
on.
freely.
Oh.
They thought that
How
people
hard
just
is it to
didn't
jump?
understand their connection. Then they get older.
She's camping.
They reach the age
Straight
he
up camping.
was
What
when
the?
he pursued
Yes,
them.
girl.
And
Get her.
suddenly
Get
the
her.
whole
Please for me.
memory changed. Because when you're 17,
She did it for me.
a man
Trust,
in his
trust.
30s
I said,
can
do it
seem
for me, and she did it.
impressive, experienced,
So
mysterious, and
she
stable.
basically
But when
did it for
you
me,
are
right,
in your
guys?
30s, a 17-year-old boy looks like a child.
Basically.
Maybe a smart child. Maybe a confident child. But still a child. This is a part people don't want to admit. The age gap itself is not
I
the
wanna
only
get the
issue.
prank
The
bump.
life
So
stage
I might
gap
get,
is the
and I wanna get
issue.
fire.
One person has already had an adult life,
I'm
and
gonna
the
get the
other
firefly
person
jar
is still
first,
trying to
because
understand
I'm
what
close to
adult
it,
life
and then I'm gonna
even
get the
is.
bomb
A real
jump.
partner does not need to train you into
And then I'm
being
gonna get
acceptable. A
the
real partner
ninja
meets you as a
rest.
person, fully formed, free to disagree,
I wanna get the spray
free
paint
to
because it looks
change,
cool.
free to lead.
Oh wait, I forgot to vote.
And if that freedom ruins the relationship,
Okay.
then it was never love. It was control. Whew, guys. It was a complicated video for me to make, to be honest with you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please share your thoughts with me in the comments.
By the way, I think that girl
And
was
as
in
usual,
shift lock, but I
hit
don't
the like
know.
button, subscribe, and I see you in the
Oh
next
my god,
one.
why is this boy sheriff again? Oh. I'ma just dance.
Season after season, game after game, QBE is at the heart of it.
Curious how study can unlock your potential? At Open Universities Australia, our
Imagine paying thousands of dollars to be poisoned by a frog, vomit into a bucket, hallucinate in a room full of strangers, and then be told that the massive
Nobody likes
seizure
police
that you
station,
just
let's
had
be honest.
was just trauma leaving your body. Welcome
Why
to
is
modern
this girl
wellness.
dancing?
Seriously, at some point over the last few years, we somehow went from you should drink more water to you need to drink toxic
Actually, I don't
tea
think I'm
and
gonna
talk to
save
your
up for that,
past
because I
reincarnations
really want this
about your
boy.
inner child.
As I like to say, ayahuasca is almost for everyone. So not for 100% of people,
Let's
but
go
I
down
would
here
say
because,
maybe
yeah.
95%.
It's for everyone.
I wanna
Everyone
take a
can
little
benefit in some
scroll
way, even just being
again.
here, being around these people. I think you should just look into it a little bit, sit on it. You know, it'll always be here. It'll be waiting for you when you're ready.
Nowadays, healing has a price tag, an Instagram page, and retreat
Guys,
package.
I
and
have to
sometimes
log
even
in
a
and-
waiver that basically says,
The
if you die,
What? How'd they get the
kinda
soccer ball? What
between
the?
you and your higher
Let me go
self.
in one of these
Today we're gonna
holes.
look at what
Like,
actually
no,
happens
like
inside
that,
modern
not
wellness
like that,
retreats.
not like
how
that.
the algorithm is trapping
Oh,
people,
bye.
and what
Let's see how
happens
much
if the
time.
healing goes horribly
So,
wrong.
I have to,
To be completely honest with you guys, I didn't even mean to get into this rabbit hole. I was just trying to quit smoking. I was online looking up standard habit changes, productivity apps, self-improvement advice, you know, classic boring stuff. But if you spend enough time on the internet, the algorithm starts doing this weird thing. One day you're watching a video about how to fix your sleep schedule, and 2 weeks later your feed is flooded with content that is trying to hypnotize you, completely reset your soul. You should deprogram your matrix. Breathe with your yoni. It happens so gradually, you don't even notice it. You start
I'll put her
thinking,
name in
well,
editing
maybe my
right
bad
next
habits
to
aren't
where
just
her
habits. Maybe it's unsolved
should
trauma
be,
from my past
because
life. Maybe I just need to talk
everyone
to the child
deserves
with me.
Bitch, you better be joking.
And that is exactly
going?
when wellness industry
Oh,
swoops in
that girl
to
just
sell
tried to close
you
the
a
door. Oh,
solution.
oh.
Supply and command.
But before we dive any deeper, I
Anyways,
want to
let's
make
go
one
outside
thing
because
super
that's where all
clear.
the drama comes
I'm
out.
not trying to make fun of spiritual people here. I get why
And
people
that's where,
search for
like,
healing,
all
and
the
I
good
can see
coins
why
are.
people can get frustrated with traditional Western medicine. This video is not about judging ancient rituals
This
or
update
putting
seems really
prejudice
cool.
onto
Anyways, I'm
traditional
gonna shut up a
medicines
bit
used by
because, like, I
indigenous
want you guys to
cultures.
listen
Those
to her
practices have deep sacred
because she's
truths,
very
and
good
the
at
people who
explaining.
traditionally practice them hold them with great respect. This video is about what happens when Western capitalism gets its hands on those rituals, packages them into luxury aesthetics, strips away the culture, and sells them to desperate people for a
By the way,
massive
guys, I don't know
profit.
how long
So
I'm
let's talk
gonna be
about
recording
wellness
for
retreats.
because,
In my mind, I
like, I
classify
have so
them
much
into
free
two
time every
categories:
day after
the
school.
harmless ones
And yes, I just came from school.
and
Well, like,
the
like,
dangerous ones. First, you have your
2
standard
hours
Bali
from
retreat
school.
culture. You've probably
But
seen
now
it
I
all
have
over
4D
TikTok.
coins,
It's
so I
usually
have
a
the
bunch of
max.
influencers paying thousands
Yeah.
of dollars to go to gorgeous luxury
This is
villas,
really
do some group screaming,
This is
or participate in
annoying.
water
You
cleansing
know why?
rituals. And honestly, it's kind of harmless. If you want to spend 10 grand to fly across the world and scream into waterfall or sit in the darkness for a couple days, sure, you do you, boo. You're single-handedly keeping Bali's tourism economy alive, and honestly, good for you. A pool with fruits and rose petals?
Oh yeah, baby.
But then you cross over into the dangerous side, and it usually starts with ayahuasca. If you don't know what ayahuasca is, it's a powerful psychoactive brew made from plants found in the Amazon.
Oh!
Not this Amazon. This Amazon.
Damn!
Traditionally, it's
God
used by
damn.
indigenous shamans for
That was-
spiritual healing. But Western wellness has completely commercialized it.
Oh
Now
my
it's treated like a
God.
luxury spiritual
Wait, I wanna
shortcut.
see how
People pay
much
thousands
coins I
to go
have.
to these
Oh,
healing
let's
centers where they drink this stuff, experience hours-long hallucinations, and vomit
It's
violently.
looking kinda cool.
Ayahuasca usually contains
Factory.
DMT, a powerful hallucinogenic compound. In the United States, DMT is a Schedule 1 controlled substance, so it's not just a plant tea. It is marketed as a quick fix to all of your mental health issues, but in reality, it carries massive health risks if it's not handled properly. Experience 10 years of therapy in just one night.
10 years of therapy in 10 hours?
I'm like always
Is it really
innocent,
that?
guys.
Oh my God.
In
So
it. Oh my
studies
God.
have shown that one ayahuasca ceremony is equal to 10 years of therapy.
And they say it's the equivalent of 10 years of psychotherapy in one night.
Wow. Why does this boy have a gun again?
In the Pokemon trading card game, Mega Evolution, it's black.
I'm actually about to rage. Why is he throwing at me? Oh my God.
South America on your mind? You're just in time. Latam deals just landed.
I want to get that gun so
Special
bad.
fares and explore more of South America with Latam Airlines. The best way to get there.
This is one of the most dangerous sentences these Dallas influencers love to say. Because 10 years of therapy in one night sounds amazing. Until you remember that therapy usually happens slowly.
Casual battle flask
Maybe
coming
I am
into the air.
close-minded. Maybe I don't know anything. But I think that you're not supposed to speed run your deepest trauma with a stranger holding a rattle. But it gets even weirder than the tea. Lately, the wellness world has become obsessed with Cambo and Bufo. Cambo is literally frog poison. To do it, a facilitator takes a stick and burns tiny holes into your skin and rubs this toxic secretion from the Amazonian frog into your open wound. Within minutes, your heart starts racing, your face swells up.
By the way, if you guys want, you can go check out the video.
And sometimes there's diarrhea too.
My friend.
The wellness coaches tell you that it's purging. It's just your body is releasing the negative energy and toxins. I hate this word now. Purging. But let's be real for a second now. You're throwing up because you just put actual poison into your bloodstream. Your body probably isn't just cleansing trauma. It's literally fighting for its life to get the toxins out. The industry has somehow convinced people that the feeling like you're dying is automatically a healing. Sometimes feeling like you're dying means that you need medical help. So according to this logic, every time I threw up after 4 shots of vodka was me cleansing my soul. Goofy me. I thought I was just being a stupid teenager. But jokes aside, the medical reality of this stuff can be incredibly dangerous. First of all, there's zero medical oversight at most of these retreats. In fact, studies have shown that 90% of the surveyed retreats actually require you to stop taking your regular medications, including antidepressants. Think about how reckless that is. They tell people to quit doctor-prescribed medications cold turkey. It can completely destabilize your mental health. But these retreats force you to do it anyway, because if you mix antidepressants, anxiety medication, or even heart medicine with things like ayahuasca, it can be fatal. It can cause something called serotonin syndrome, which can literally kill you. On top of that, extreme vomiting and diarrhea can cause serious dehydration, which puts stress onto your kidneys and heart. People have suffered cardiac arrest right there on the floor of the yoga studio. And psychologically, I read studies. If someone already has underlying
Innocent, so
mental
hopefully next
health
round I get
risks
like
or history
sheriff
of
or something.
psychosis,
Oh,
forcing them into
not having
intense
sheriff.
and
Okay,
unsupervised
slay.
hallucination can trigger permanent psychological break. The US State Department has warned travelers not to use ayahuasca or cambo because of known
like,
dangers.
if I'm near like
They
a
stated
big
that US
like
citizens have
crowd,
suffered serious illnesses, died, and also reported being sexually assaulted, injured, or robbed while under the influence. I am not saying that every person that is involved in the retreat culture is
be
evil.
honest,
I'm also
I'm
not
just
saying
gonna
that
collect some.
nobody should ever study psychedelics. There is legitimate research happening. Like, there are doctors and scientists that are studying the substances in controlled settings. But the key phrase here is controlled settings. Clinical research is not the same thing as a retreat. Because wellness
I told you I would
gurus
win as a
love
innocent.
boiling the credibility of
Hopefully
science
next time I get like
completely
sheriff, so then I
avoiding
can
its discipline.
win
They say,
again.
studies show that psychedelics can improve your mental health, but then they skip
I'm just trying to
over the
stay. I mean,
monitoring,
that's a little
dosing, ethical
board,
board, emergency support, and trained professionals. So now, after my
right for
long
60,
speech,
the
you might
memory
be
in
thinking,
5D.
why do I care? It's happening somewhere in the middle of the Amazon forest, right? No.
Okay, guys, what's your order today at McDonald's? I'll look up to you guys.
And I wasn't laughing
Okay, so
when
guys, I
showed
have
me
27.
one right
Wait, no,
outside
I have
Orlando,
67
Florida.
kids.
Yeah,
I
the
have
same
67
place
subscribers.
where we have Disney World, Publix, and
except
this store. So
because,
this sacred
one of them
sanctuary place calls
grown
itself a
ass
church,
people,
or
like,
as I call it, a loophole, where they
they're
openly
like
perform ayahuasca
grandparents or
ceremonies.
something.
And guys, it's not an indigenous
But
shaman
yeah, hopefully I win as like
running the
hero
show.
again or something.
It's usually just
Because
some
if I
random
don't,
white
that
dude with
would be
financial or business
No
background.
offense.
Running empty.
This is
a bit
really
of a
like
pain.
calm, I guess. I'm not
At
really
Origin,
that
we're helping
like.
you keep your LPG
Topped up with simple orders through our app.
I
That's all kinds of
really want that gun.
Listen, if you're still paying off credit card interest, then I need to tell you about Afterpay. Hear me out. Credit cards.
It's
They
my
hit you
passion.
with interest rates constantly changing, annual phase, and then the statement
I'm gonna
comes. The
get
statement
out
that to
of,
understand
like,
you
lock
literally
ship
should have
mode.
acquired
Oh.
a maths degree. With Afterpay, there is
There's a
none of that.
knife.
I just split my purchases into 4 equal payments, and that is split over 6 weeks. There is no interest, no fees, as long as I pay on time. And the best bit? Afterpay's app always helps me to stay on track. It reminds me before my payment is due so I never forget. It shows me exactly what I owe and when, and it starts me with a smart spending limit that grows with on-time payments. Honestly, it just makes sense. I get what I want when I want. Split it into 4 easy payments and move on. No more stress, no long-term debt, just 4 easy payments. Sign up for Afterpay today.
Named Brother D.
Oh my god.
Wearing linen pants and charging you $1,000 for a weekend retreat. By calling themselves a church, they can distribute the substances under religious freedom, completely bypassing any safety or medical regulations. And it's not just harmless loophole. It has tragic real-world consequences. We need to talk about another ayahuasca place called Soul Quest, which was also located just outside Orlando. A few years ago, a 22-year-old college student named Brandon Bagley went for a weekend retreat there to heal some personal struggles. During the ceremony, he drank the brew and had a massive violent reaction. He started seizing, hallucinating, and drinking a massive amount of water, which caused his sodium to drop to dangerous level. Instead of immediately calling 911, the staff at the retreat, who had zero medical training, tried to manage his bad trip for hours.
Guys,
By
I
the
literally
time they
am
finally
in
got
heaven.
him to the hospital, it was way too late.
Lost
Brandon
drowned
passed
because
away,
I
and
died.
his family was left completely devastated because of some self-proclaimed healers. And in 2024, a Florida jury found that negligence from Soul Quest and its founder was a legal cause of Brandon's death. This highlights the massive problem in the industry, the difference between traditional practitioners and self-appointed wellness scammers. In indigenous cultures, becoming a shaman takes decades of training, community accountability, and deep understanding of the medicine. But in modern wellness world, anyone can go on a week-long workshop, buy a drum, and call themselves a certified facilitator. These people don't know anything about medicine, pharmacology, or mental health.
That's narcissistic abuse, which is where all evil comes from. It's selfishness, total selfishness. There's no reason to be employed, no reason whatsoever. It's all nonsense. Slaves work hard their whole lives for a house that you never really own. When you stop possessing and stop hoarding money and stop doing all of those things, then other people have chances to have enough too. So it's just these really rich people that aren't getting it. Being an employer means is
I didn't really have to do anything because
to not take over your position.
I might wear the Taurus knife maybe.
So let's talk.
Napoleon the. So I might wear the
If you said there would be fuck your grandparents.
They're just entrepreneurs who realize that spirituality is a lucrative business model with zero to no government regulation. And because there's no regulation, it opens the door for some real dark shit. When you're under the influence of the substances, you're completely vulnerable. You lose your motor skills, your judgment is impaired, and you are entirely dependent on the person who's running the room. This creates a terrifying power imbalance. There have been countless reports and lawsuits involving sexual assaults at these retreats. Self-appointed gurus use the cover of energy healing or body work to take advantage of people who are physically unable to say no or give consent. And because the culture tells you that everything happens for a reason and that your discomfort is just resistance to healing, victims are often gaslit into thinking that abuse is just a part of spiritual process. Touching becomes energy work, isolation becomes a private healing, questions and reporting become you're just not ready to heal.
What?
So if this world is so dangerous, why it looks so appealing online? Because influencers give a beautiful aesthetic gloss.
The second night I went to hell for eternity.
Yeah.
And the medicine said, now get up and dance. And the medicine said, you really want to second guess this now? I'm like, no, 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 no.
For me, it sort of had this very unifying idea that we are connected. We are all one. For months afterwards, I would wake up in the middle of the night. I would feel like I had been having a conversation and I had just woken up into the middle of my mind having a conversation. And then an idea would be presented to me.
Ayahuasca really
Hi,
was. That was the turning point.
So that in and of itself turned you from on the brink of suicide.
And I never had a suicidal thought again.
But it was also, one of the most meaningful experiences that I've had on drugs. They talk about how they found themselves and how it changed their entire life. They make it look safe, exclusive, and trendy. They turn an unpredictable chemical experience into a luxury lifestyle product that you need to buy if you want to be truly evolved. They market these experiences like they're universally beneficial. But if someone's saying it healed me, it doesn't mean it cannot harm someone else. At the end of the day, I don't blame people for wanting to heal. A lot of them are dealing with real grief, severe depression, or trauma. If you're in pain, you will look for every available solution. I blame the industry that saw people's pain and turned it into sales funnel. I blame influencers who make dangerous experiences look like they're self-care. I blame facilitators who use spiritual language to avoid accountability. If wanting medical screening, consent policies, and emergency plans makes me low vibrational, so be it. Anyways, guys, as usual, thank you so much for hanging out with me during this breakdown. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And as usual, hit the like button, subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Bye.
As AI reshapes the way businesses work, protecting data, ideas, and trust has never been more critical. The Acer TravelMate P614 AI is built for this new reality, where intelligence runs locally, security is built in, and confidence comes standard.
TravelMate P614 AI, it is fast, it's also secure and reliable. It allows the user to run the AI app.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's gonna be a 1 to 2 hour video because I said so. Anyways, I can now
You go to a coffee
unbox it.
shop, you stand in line for 10 minutes, you order your simple black coffee that you're gonna
Oh my
pick
god, I
up
love
yourself
red.
at the
Actually,
counter.
I love
And
red.
before even getting your order, you
I'm wearing
see
it
this
right now because I love
great
red so much.
suggestion on the screen asking you to pay 20 to 30% more
Oh wait, it's in
for
classic.
your
Okay.
$7 cup of coffee.
Chris!
I know, it's my dream. What a beautiful start to the day. Guys, I need to get this off my chest. American tipping culture is absolute pure bollocks. And before the comment section lights on fire, let's set the record straight.
I forgot I
am
had
not a
these.
cheap person. I always
I have the
tip
matching
in
set that I
restaurants
can
and
wear. I'm
bars
gonna
in
wear it
America at
because
least
I want to.
15%. I hate it, but I do it. Essentially, I'm
Wait, do I
not
have?
an anti
I wear these at the set, but I like. I like. I don't know. I wear these at the set. Yeah.
Tipping is absolutely
Why am I
not
lying?
expected. I've always tipped. But the difference is that in Ukraine and in the rest of the world, tipping is not this huge mandatory moral performance. Usually anything extra is considered a good tip. In Europe, I usually leave
boxes we have to
10%
open, by the
or
way.
I round up. If the service was great,
That's
if
a
the
lot
food was
for
good,
me.
if the person was nice,
I want to
leave
get the wall
something
ruled, but
extra. It should feel
I'm
like a
broke.
thank you. But what is
I'm
happening
broke
in
as
the
fuck.
United States right now isn't rewarding good service. It's a
I'm
psychological
not gonna see what the
hostage
hell's
situation. It
happening
honestly
here.
feels like a humiliation
Because I
ritual.
can.
You have a worker staying right there with an iPad,
Oh wow.
silently watching you choose
Not the
between tip
spam.
amounts, and then giving you the dirtiest look possible if you don't pick the highest number. Just yesterday, I got double bamboozled. First, at this loud, obnoxious brunch place, they already included gratuity, and then
Oh my god! He's camping He's camping that gun like a
most
motherfucker.
mundane sports bar ever. The smallest tip option was
And plus I'm recording.
25% for a canned beer. Makes me feel like I'm a certified idiot. That's why today I need to vent. Today we're going to talk about how the tipping culture in the US has become the scam designed to make us feel guilty about their corporate greed. But before we start talking about modern day tipping in America, I want us to go back and look at the origins of tipping culture. The word tip comes from 18th century English slang, and the practice itself was basically an old European custom where rich aristocrats tossed extra coins to their servants as the flags of wealth. In the 1850s and 1860s, wealthy Americans traveling to Europe observed this practice there and decided to import it into the United States to appear sophisticated and noble. Following the Civil War, the US job market expanded as newly emancipated Black Americans sought work. Industries, most notably the railroad industry, capitalized on this by hiring Black men as porters, but paying them next to nothing, forcing them to completely rely on passenger tips. By shifting the responsibility of compensation directly onto the customer, businesses dramatically cut the labor costs. This proves that historically the tipping culture has never been solely about service.
Are you supposed to pay me? I paid you it says zero. It says that you left nothing.
I really like this floral thing.
Can I have my food?
Oh my god, if I get cherries or duckies, I'm giving it to one of my
Are
friends.
you kidding me? They're literally destroying people's dinners because they didn't like the amount of
Gabriella, hands up, Gabriella.
also tipping before
Back off, I'm a fella. Gabriella, back off, Gabriella.
Should be a reflection of a service you received. When you force someone to tip beforehand, it's not a tip.
I'm begging you, I'm begging you.
To make sure that your
Gabriella, oh my god.
Spoiled or
Hands
and other services like that. I use them once in a blue moon because I hate them. We are already completely overpaying just to use these apps. You look at the dish that's supposed to be $20 in the menu. By the time DoorDash adds a service fee, delivery fee, I'm the billionaire owner of this app who needs a new boat fee. Your total is $38. And then the app is like, hey, do you want to pay the driver's salary too? Why can't we just include the proper driver compensation in a delivery fee or subscription fee that we are already paying? Why is it once again our job to directly fund the workforce while a billion-dollar tech company collects the profit? Look, when the winter blackouts hit Ukraine this winter and we had absolutely no power, I still ordered deliveries sometimes. But because I'm a normal human being with basic empathy, I didn't make a delivery person climb up 10 floors in the complete darkness. I walked all the way down myself to meet them in a lobby, and I also gave them a tip. There is a massive difference between human decency and a broken systemic shakedown.
I delivered your pizzas during Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, no.
And you've ordered pizza again. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and take my... you didn't tip me, and so I'm just going to go ahead and take the 10% that you didn't tip me for the pizza. So I'll just go ahead and leave your pizza at the front door.
That is exactly why zero tips beforehand. Zero tips beforehand. The audacity. Oh my god.
Are you tipping in cash? I have jobs. I can't open it. Okay, were you tipping in cash or something? No, on the app. Oh. Usually people tip beforehand, not after. When they say they'll tip after, they don't.
No, but it showed up on the app.
Yeah, it showed up as zero.
Yeah, I can tip on the app.
Okay. If you don't, I really hope it's negative because you can't afford a kid.
Can we please take the energy and the fierceness that we have towards other working class people and direct it to the corporations that don't pay you enough? Why do I need to listen to your lecture? Why do you think you have the audacity to eat my food? If you're not happy with your employment, try to find another job. Tips are not mandatory. Tips are optional. Guys, you can play a drinking game during this video.
And I won again.
Tips are optional.
I lost them. Okay,
Ignore
guys.
it. You keep that.
Why?
Because I
It
didn't
was
see a
hard
tip on the app,
to do
and I
it.
put a
but
little card in
yeah.
there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please.
It's okay. It's okay because
Oh. That girl looks pretty.
it's okay. Thank you.
Have a good night.
God! Oh my god, you mutated more. Keep
done.
pushing me.
She actually
Damn.
refused to take a tip because she already wrote a nasty
Okay,
note with
I'm gonna
that.
put on a
So
different
is it
set because
about
I can,
tips,
and I have
or
free
you
will.
just feel better by bringing another person down. Embarrassing behavior.
I'll put on hearts. Innocent. I mean, innocent look.
Imagine being a girl behind that door and you look at your ring camera and you see this huge dude knocking the out of your door, calling you. I would be terrified. Are you insane? How is this behavior not considered a threat to someone else's safety? If you can't tip your
Smash with the
server,
camera.
don't eat out.
I'm
Learn to
not
tip.
gonna
It's
say
not
that
my job to
because
serve you for free. Being a waiter is optional, first of all.
I want to get elite.
Secondly,
I want to get
if
elite
you
soon
agreed
because if
to
I
this
don't,
job,
I might
then yes,
go
as
bankrupt.
a waiter, it is your
gonna say
job
that.
description
Huh.
to serve
Of
food
course he's
to people.
sure.
Tipping is not supposed to replace working salary. It is optional. Customers pay for dishes. And that price should include the cost of materials, the cost of preparing those materials, and the cost of service and labor.
Facts that are true.
Or we'll take 2 Diet Cokes. Okay, do you want to go to the bar and get a tip order, or are you insisting on dining in and still not tipping? No, we want to eat here. Okay, basic service mode activated. Whatever that means. What do you want to eat, drink? Yep, let me know quickly. I have other things to do. Okay, perfect.
Sensodyne Expert Repair contains Novomin. The Novomin repairs sensitive teeth by creating a reparative layer over the sensitive areas, and it starts to do this in just 2 minutes. Try new Sensodyne Expert Repair. It works.
With Australia's largest roadside assistance network, wherever you are, we're not far. Perfect.
Yeah, we're not being politics.
Hey, can I get some more to drink? I'm completely out. Here you go. Slow it down, thirsty long stockings. Can you take these plates out of the way? We're done. We don't have time. I'll be by to get it. Can we get our check? We just want to go. Got your plate. Got your glass. There you go.
Oh.
I did not have a good time at all. This was horrible. You told me off the rip that you didn't want to tip me, so you got basic service. You got your food, you got your drink, you got your tap. That's all that you get, okay? You're so nice to everybody else. You completely ignored us. Here's the difference. 20% tip, 25% tip, 40% tip, you 0. That's the difference. Well, it's not my
Since when the baseline is just being rude and obnoxious? Are we paying you to not be rude to us? Oh, thank you very much for this opportunity. Jesus Christ.
Hello and welcome in. As you know, tips are optional. So at this restaurant, you are able to choose your service based on your tip preference. 0% is OBF service, meaning we only bring food, nothing more. All right, here's the food. Oh, excuse me. Can I? No, you know the deal. 10% is mediocre service. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. We're only going to do our jobs. Here you go. Oh, can we ask for you
Is
next
that
time?
girl?
I will not be here. 20% is great service. With this service, you will receive glowing recommendations.
If
You'll
I
be able
can
to
find
retain
the
your service in
gun,
future. All of your requests will be completed in a timely
I'm gonna
fashion.
shoot
Did I
her
mention you'll be thoroughly
immediately.
entertained the entire time?
Can I have some ranch,
Let's
please?
get out of shift
The ranch, girlie, and that's why I had it in my pocket already ready for you. Great service.
No, I won't have time to react.
With this service, I will not go out of your sight.
Well, basically,
Anytime
I
you
won't
place
have
your
time
I will be there for you.
to
And you
get
can
out
tell
of
me free.
shift lock.
Guess what? The bar made
Probably
extra wine,
trying to
and it
stand
gets to make
still.
extra dessert. And I said, well, better than my high roller. So which one would you like to?
Honestly, after watching this ranking, I would never choose 20% and above because
Why are you trying to
service
shoot
in the
me?
United States is too much. I don't need a theatrical
Okay, no, this
performance.
person's really
I just
dumb.
want to sit
No
down
offense.
and enjoy my food and my
But I
drinks.
hope he dies so I can
I
get the
don't
gun.
want to have a forced small talk every 5 minutes. There's nothing worse than being constantly interrupted by waiters in the middle of conversation with a stuffed mouth full of food, you know, trying to answering the question, yeah, the food is like. I don't need that. Let me chew in
Oh my
Is a privilege, not a right. If you cannot afford to tip 20%, you can't afford to eat out. You can moan and tell me that my employer should be paying me a higher wage all you want, but this is America and that's not what is happening, okay? I get paid $3.63 from the restaurant that.
Yeah.
I don't like her, by the way.
Can moan
Like, I
about
don't know.
how
I don't
bad
really
school
like anyone
shootings are,
here.
but this is
Oh,
America.
God.
I work at, my earnings, my wage comes from tips. The food is cheaper because you're expected to tip on it.
And who set that system up? Who set the system up?
You don't deserve to eat out if you cannot afford to tip. Like, it's the same thing with a nanny. If you can't afford to pay somebody else an entire salary, you
Can this
don't
boy
deserve a
fuck
nanny.
off?
If you can't afford to tip, you literally don't deserve to eat out. Order to go or go to McDonald's.
Thank you. I will probably decide what to do with my hard-earned money myself. Tips are optional. Tips for your nanny, presents for your nanny are also optional. Your employer is obligated to pay your salary, not me. I'm obligated to pay for the food that I ate and for the drinks that I drank. Guys, the rage I feel. Like, just the audacity to tell me where I'm allowed to go and where I'm not allowed to go. Insane.
Tipping's optional. As someone who was in the restaurant industry for 15 years, then don't go out to eat. Yeah. If you don't want to tip, then just get takeout. It's not illegal. You can still eat at the fucking restaurant. I don't understand what's wrong with people. Tipping's optional. Actually, maybe the restaurant should pay you a fair living wage. Actually, maybe you should get fucking takeout.
Okay,
I
I've
might
heard this
change
argument
into
so many times, and I understand
summer
where it
outfit
comes
because
from.
I can.
Servers
And
love
plus, it is summer,
They
but not
love
necessarily. But
making
like,
more
we'll talk
money.
about that later.
But this argument is
Or if
very
not.
convenient for business owners because somehow the
Anyways,
anger
I
is
also made my
always
own
directed at the customer,
layout
not at the
for my
person who
rant.
owns a business.
So,
But let's talk about the actual
hope you guys also like
restaurant's
that
business
too.
model because math is not mathing. When you go out to a decent restaurant in America, you are already being heavily overcharged for the food and the ambiance. A single glass of average wine is $18. A fish that you could probably buy at the local fish market for $15 is listed on the menu for $45. I know you need profit. I know there is rent. I know there are costs. That is literally how restaurants work. So I hate when owners
I want
say
to
something like,
how much the beach
well,
bundle.
if
Oh,
we paid our workers real salary, we wouldn't survive. We have expenses. Excuse me? So you're
summertime, yeah.
markup
Back
on
from
food
mama
and still don't have enough profit to pay your staff a living wage without relying on the charity of your customers? Well, maybe you're just a poor businessman. Or maybe you're just a greedy mother who's trying to push your basic employer responsibility onto our shoulders. You're a con artist who's successfully scamming both sides. You
Anyways,
underpay your
I'm
staff and you overcharge your guests.
And by the way, that red guy.
Like I was saying, it
Ew.
depends on what you need. We need speed, dudes. You bet.
And value.
Yep.
Just need reliable internet when I'm working.
Yeah, well, get Dodo Internet. It's a decision you won't regret.
I might become in my natural habitat.
And don't get me even started on the fact that those suggested tip percentages at the bottom of the receipt are almost always calculated.
Oh no, I have a
on
use for
top
this
of the sales tax.
because
You are literally tipping the government's cut. It makes absolutely zero
I'm sorry,
sense.
I'm in love with this.
If you don't have money to tip your server and you go out to eat and don't tip your server, I have zero respect for you. I am a server making $5 something an hour, and I live off of your tip. I don't care how many tables I have, how busy I look. I don't care. 9 times out of 10, I'm not making the money that you think I'm making. And it's crazy because there's so many servers out there, and there's no awareness for this, it feels like. Like, the server industry does not get enough credit for how hard this shit is. It is not easy. It's backbreaking work. I work in a bar and grill, and I love my job, don't get me wrong, and I'm good at what I do. But it is so degrading to get stiffed, to work so hard, to smile at a table with a big smile on my face, despite how stressed I am, and give you good service, and then get no tip. Like, I didn't just work my ass off for you. There are good days, and there are bad days, and today is a bad day, and I think that the service industry needs better pay, because lately society's just not cutting it.
First of all, I want to say that I'm very sorry that you're frustrated, and you're sad, and you're crying. I feel bad for you. But why do I need to think about how much money you are
Okay, there's
making?
a Southern
Am I
person.
also then entitled to the same treatment? Why aren't we concerned about my salary then? Maybe it's also hard for me to afford tips.
Of course I have to target
And
me!
I totally
I
get
have more
that
people!
it's
Because
impossible
there's
to
another
survive
person there!
on a
And we
minimum
all know
wage
that there's a person there! So don't even try to hide
My
it.
very first job as a junior system analyst paid
So
me
ugly.
$300 a month.
So ugly.
A month.
I
I
might
literally
serve
couldn't
a hot
survive on
because
it. It was very
service is
stressful.
bad
But
as
guess what?
fuck.
Nobody
Oh
was
my.
handing me tips for doing data normalization or helping them fixing Excel tables. I was dissatisfied. I was
I'm gonna look
stressed.
at Elite.
And I had to do two things.
I'm gonna
Ask
look at
my
this.
boss for a raise and try to find a better arrangement. Why is the service industry the only sector where the customer is socially and legally expected to cover up
Now,
the
since
bad
I had like
corporate
40
wage
minutes
structure?
of
If restaurants can at least make some kind of an argument because there are people
not
who
to copy
bring
and paste.
your food to your table,
I
then
should take a photo of
explain
this and then
tipping at fast food
Vivi
chains to
could
me.
see it and then
Explain
we could
tipping
make the
at
jokes
the
about
airport
copy and paste
store to me.
again. Anyways, we're gonna play like 3 to 5 rounds, one to 5 rounds of Total Robot Drama if I don't crash out.
Yeah.
Because
Thank you for no tip option, I guess. It's a freaking joke, man. It's a scam. And now this tipping insanity is bleeding into everything. Barbershops, manicures, retail. Why do I need to tip in a candle store? Like, if you want
I want
more
to try
money,
movies, but I don't
just
think that's
include
like
it in a final
easy.
price.
To be honest.
But of course you wouldn't do that.
Can
Because
this
you know
hurry,
that
please?
if you raise your price
I'm
tag,
kind of not in a rush.
nobody's probably gonna buy your average candle. But
Come
if you
on.
guilt trip your customer into tipping,
I feel like
you
they're
can
teaming.
easily get this quick 20% boost.
Yes, in my opinion, it is better to not go to a service if you don't plan
Oh
to
my god.
than to go to a service and not
By the way, when I saw what's his
maybe a
name?
service was absolutely
Daza? No. Chuya. Chuya from the Dazai show. I don't know what's
and you
called.
don't leave them a tip, they're not probably making as much hourly as you think. The salon takes a really big charge of that. It's better to not go and leave that spot open for somebody else.
When I
Guys,
saw
sorry,
Chuya,
I just
thought,
don't get it
oh
with
my
hair
god, it's my
Just
redhead
include everything in your
twin.
final price. Tell your
Oh my god.
how much you wanna
Anyways,
earn
I'm gonna tag
after
like some
the
people
service.
in
When
like
I
the
go to a
description.
salon in Ukraine,
So
I know exactly what it costs.
yeah.
I
By the
really
way, if you
love
got to
these
this
stylists, and I love to
point,
show my appreciation of her art. So I usually bring her something from skincare or flowers, or I can buy her a nice box of chocolates. One time I didn't have enough time before our appointment to pick something up for her, and I've been living in America for 4 years by then, so my, brain chemistry changed.
Oh, wait, no.
And I
You didn't
tried
get the
to
ticket.
leave her an actual cash.
You have the
And my
time stop
stylist
this
looked at
and
me
tell me
surprised and confused. Because
what
it's not
is
a
your favorite
transactional guilt
fruits
trip
or
there. It's just business.
what do you like? What kind of book do you guys?
15% tip. It's $3.99. Can I just give you cash? Sorry, I already ran it through. Why? Don't you usually give the customer a choice?
do, then it would be really bad because then people can just click on it and then.
So a few months ago, I got Botox at a new place, and the girl who did my Botox was pleasant. She was very chatty. We talked about how the price of living in a big city has gone up so crazy. But she talked about how she was one of the lucky ones because she makes $60 an hour and just got a new Tesla. So I got to the front desk to pay my $750 for all the 15 minutes that I was in there to the front desk. And this looked me dead in my eyes and said, "So how much gratuity are you planning on leaving?" I said, "For a
mind spleef, it's fine, I guess."
Normally tip. And she said,
"Okay, let's look in."
So if it's not a scam,
to be honest, I never got Cortland, and she's my favorite character in the whole show.
$200 on top is diabolical.
There's two.
Well, guys, sorry for being very angry during this video. It's just this topic rage baits me. You can call me an down in the comments.
Oh, okay.
And as usual, hit the like button, subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Bye. Oh my god, people are gonna hate me. But you know what? So be it.
Cause like I was free. She did not try. Anyway, I'm gonna put back the show for you guys.
Job market is literal hell. Cost of living is growing exponentially. And soon enough, we're not gonna be able to afford groceries. But you know, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Am I right? But don't you worry. You know who would give us plebs their unsolicited advice and would tell us what to do? Celebrities and influencers, of course, who have zero clue about everyday life of working class. Yeah,
I'm grabbing a drink.
Exactly what we need. Their opinions on our lives. So as we all know, Spirit Airlines announced their bankruptcy a couple days ago. They had officially ceased all of their operations, and as a result, 17,000 people lost their jobs. And as normal people, we emphasize, because it's not cool to just wake up unemployed without any notice from your company. But James Charles was never normal.
"I'm on TikTok, get off your feed." "Block me then, fatty."
So, allegedly, one of the ex-employees of Spirit Airlines left a comment under James Charles' video explaining her situation and attaching GoFundMe link in case somebody would like or would want to help her. And James saw the comment. And what did James decide to do? Are we surprised?
I'm here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. Any donations help."
Oh, James, starting off strong, just blatantly mock somebody who's in desperate position. Oh my god, what? You lost your job? You desperate need of money? You don't have any means to support your family? You fucking prick. It's okay, James, you live in LA. Just next stage for you is just to go and make fun of homeless people. Just mock them also. I can see you doing that actually.
I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do.
Also, what the I too would probably be pathetic if I never in my life had a good hair day. Ooh!
Cortland, why are you over there?
Yeah, try that.
You know what will help you, James? Not asking underage boys for their news.
Try that! Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way.
Who you don't follow, by the way.
And probably 100 other influencers and celebrities. You could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled. And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing.
And you're not a teenager. As we know, James is willing to financially support only high school kids. She paid for their plane ticket
Damn, I'm already
so
in
they
lead.
can visit him in his LA mansion.
Hey, like, why don't you come visit? Like, well, I can't afford a plane ticket.
No.
That's like, okay, well, I can. So,
Sorry,
well, I just don't really feel comfortable with that. But like, I love you and I really want to be together. And I'm like, well, we can't be together because you can't afford a plane ticket. You're probably still in either high school or college.
No.
A senior in high school or in college.
Right.
So like, either you accept the flight and realize that like this is what I'm bringing to the relationship, so we can spend time together if you actually care about me.
No.
Or we literally never meet.
You take what I give you or else? Creepy. How he's not still canceled? Like, what?
I quit.
What? What?
And you think that I'm gonna send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every day, and you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I help you?
Pink-collared, BBL-bodied, stupid influencers say what? What do you
How
James
about
know
we
about
do
real
another
life?
game?
What do you know? How
Before I
life
actually
has
like
been
cuss
for
them out.
people? What the f?
Now we're gonna cuss them out real quick.
I usually don't.
Anyways, y'all
curse
can
that
just
much,
watch
but
my profile
this freak
because
irritates
yeah.
me. He's playing on my
They're
nose.
motherfucking ass, pretty ass, and I kind of cussed in my own language.
I can at least
And no,
like 1%
it's not a
respect the
native
mentality of closed
language
mouths don't get fed. Doesn't hurt to try. But honestly, it does hurt to try because now you pissed me off. Okay?
It's
I'm
me
not
and my
the
best
one.
friend's language.
Go find
Okay.
Mr. Reese. This is literally his entire shtick. I'm sure the next YouTube video is literally going to be like,
So
I
I
rehired all
basically
17,000 of the Spirit Airlines employees, and it's going to be the real life Hunger Games. The last one of them to leave the Spirit Airlines plane gets to be the CEO of the new company and gets a house that is $10 million that everybody else dies. Like, go find that video to compete in, baby.
Wow, James thinks he's so funny. He's hilarious. The only funny part about James Charles is his haircut blindness. He doesn't know what the he's doing with his hair.
I'm not helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I can at least understand if you were like, James, I'm a longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you. I'm suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money
have
for
like
myself and other
slime
people that have
next
this.
to me, by the way.
Maybe I would help.
So if I die,
This is the list you need to comply to for James to maybe help you piece of shit. Actually, it's not funny. It's kind of very sad. I'm Ukrainian. Yeah, I know, shocking information. You would never tell. Perfect English.
guys, let me go.
Across New South Wales, natural gas supports jobs and supports the economy. That's why our state runs on natural gas.
Oh,
Visit
there's this?
australiarunsongas.com.au. Authorised by Escallic Australian Energy Producers, Canberra.
Oh, perfect. So, as a Ukrainian, our life right now is all about help and donation to businesses, to people who lost their jobs, lost their houses,
used
lost
to
their
this only
relatives,
on like
got injured. Giving a
computer
hand to each other during complicated times is what makes us decent human beings. I know you don't have to donate. Nobody's forcing you to donate. But like, you're also very rich. Like, you can send $5 to it. Or you can ignore it, dude. It's just, I can't comprehend the lack of empathy. I'm not judging anybody.
If
This
I
is my
die,
personal opinion.
then
I'm not a huge fan of the American Western
if I die,
ideology,
then
where everybody's so individualistic. There's zero communities, and everybody thinks that the world revolves around them. Not my double T. Personally.
This bitch, you lost your job? Oh! Where are
are we gonna do? Nothing! I'm gonna do nothing. You know what you need to do? Go find a fucking new one, girl.
Also, being gay doesn't give you a right to call a woman who you don't know anything about a bitch.
James, you're rude.
So people gave him this video, obviously, and James decided to spit out his first apology video, which now is deleted.
So I ended up deleting the video that I posted yesterday talking about people who sent me GoFundMe links that had never followed, supported, DM'd me before, just begging for money. And most people were like enjoying the video, saying it was a valid point, but it definitely started causing some discourse in the comments, and a lot of people were just saying it was out of touch and insensitive, and they're right. It was definitely a harsh choice of words, maybe not.
Oh, fuck this
video,
pick me.
and I deleted it, but of course the internet is forever, and now a lot of content creators are using like
my God!
clip in the very beginning where I'm like, you're a lazy piece of shit, get a new job.
R.I.P.
That's
to,
that's the biggest reason for him to be so mad about that.
R.I.P. to,
He's
head
so
phrases right
narcissistic.
now.
He thinks that he
I know that was
deserves
loud,
everything and more.
To
Oh,
upload
I
their
don't
cute
know
little
if
think
that was
pieces, be like,
loud.
influencers are all so out of touch. This is
Yeah,
so
but like,
disgusting. You don't know how hard it is in the job market these days. Oh my God, give me a break. I am out of touch, first and foremost. Okay, I am never going to be one of those influencers that gets online and pretends to be poor so I can come across as relatable to my audience. I think it's tacky, I think it's annoying, and I also think it's quite insulting to the audience watching, as if you guys are going to be fooled into thinking that. You've been watching me for 10 years now. It's no secret that I have been able to find success doing what I've done. It didn't start that way, though. I started from literally nothing and had a dream.
Go back to when I
This is
cried
so
in
insane
Total
that
Robot
we as a
Drama
society
because
allowed a
I
character
couldn't
like James
do
Charles
AOB
be out of touch, have a platform. Also, the
expedition, by the way.
disrespect to record an apology
Expedition.
video,
Literally
laying
like
in
the
bed,
easiest hobby
shirtless.
too.
It didn't start that way, though.
Well,
I started from literally nothing.
I
And
was
had a dream
still
for
learning,
myself,
okay, guys?
and was determined to literally do anything to make it
I was
happen.
still a
And luckily, I've been blessed to be
baby.
able to do that and now call this my full-time job.
Wait, you offended this girl, you mocked the girl, you called her names.
I'm not playing Danny
but
anymore because
weren't
you know why?
a charity case at some point, James? Huh,
We're
sister?
a Danny 12
I've
fan?
supported him. I've put him in so many videos. Every time that I hold up a Morphe item, I always say use code James because I wanted him to make it and make enough money to feel like he had the resources to do what he really wanted to do with the creative videos that he always envisioned making. And I had his back then. I invited him to my wedding.
And I'm gonna write
He didn't have money for the flight or hotel, so I paid for that happily.
Nobody ever helped him financially. Such a self-made queen we have here, guys.
The reason I made that video yesterday, though, was a lot of people these days do not have the make-it-work mentality.
But
They have
yep,
no desire
I might just record a 1 hour video. Actually, no.
get themselves out of a
I'll make
situation.
it 2
They
hours because
immediately
I love
result
you guys
in
so
asking for
much.
help. And don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for help. In my personal opinion, though, it should be a last resort. If you disagree, that's totally fine. That's your personal opinion. I'm not going to apologize for having mine. There's a lot of people
Hope you
responding
guys
back to the
don't
video
like
being
guess
like,
my
oh my gosh, he
name,
has no idea how hard the
but
job
like,
market is. I've been applying for new jobs
please
for
don't.
6 months, 1
If
year,
you
2
guys
years now.
guess
I've literally
my
heard nothing from any of the jobs. I'm
if
sorry
you
that is
guys
happening
guess
to people.
my
I know that the
name
job market sucks.
IRL
I've heard so
and
many
you
horror stories. I can't even
get
imagine
it right,
what that's like.
I'm so leaving
So
your
you
comments.
know what job market is, or you
Because
can't even imagine.
You guys
Make up your
aren't
mind,
allowed
James.
to know that.
The person that I made the video about yesterday lost their job last week.
Oh
at
my
Spirit Airlines,
God!
along with 17,000 other people. I know for a fact that they sent the same exact DM to hundreds of different influencers and celebrities. This person did not follow me. They have never DM'd me previously. They have never supported me on any social platforms. They have never purchased from Painted.
They never supported my stupid makeup brand. They never followed me. Never gave me praise. Me.
This person was literally just spam copying and pasting this DM to every person that they assumed had money to offer them. And I'm sorry, just because somebody has money does not mean that you're entitled. I'm sorry if that comes across as insensitive or privileged or mean, but welcome to the real world. It's hard out there. Nobody owes anybody anything. The universe will constantly remind you of that.
See, that what I was talking about, the Western ideology, where nobody owes anything to nobody. I don't know. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think it's okay. Everybody owes everybody something. At least treating other person who you don't know with respect. Yeah.
And a little bit of effort goes a really, really long way sometimes.
Maybe a little bit of effort to stay out of children's
I
DMs.
think Meteor Shower is working IRL too, right guys?
Listen to your own advice.
I stand behind what I said, 10 toes down.
Was this 10 toes? I know, jokes about teeth and toes is such a low-hanging fruit. And who am I to even talk about that? Mine's not better. But I just don't like the guy. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a break on this one.
Instead of spending an hour copying and pasting the same DM to 100 different celebrities or influencers, you could have spent the same amount of time copying and pasting a job application to hundreds of different companies. Or, hear me out, put in a little bit of effort. If you want to send the DMs, at least spend 20 seconds before you hit send, customizing it to the person that you're asking for money from.
Oh my god.
Right? Hi, sister. James, I've been watching your YouTube videos since I was a teenager. You really taught me how to do makeup in a positive way every single Friday. Hey, I'm in this shitty situation. Do you think that you could help? Or, instead of copying and pasting the same job application to hundreds of different companies, send in 10 job applications to companies that you really care about and you think you could fit in with, and then customize your application and your cover letter, letting these recruiters or hiring people know that you're the best candidate for this job. And
as I'm sure people who watch this video actually know what it's like to be unemployed, what it's like to apply to 500 companies without any answers for months. I have a master's degree in computer science, and my classmates who are the smartest people I know, they can't find a job for many, many months, James. Do you think they never tried to tweak it? To write a different letter? You have
I died.
want you on their team. I know putting in the extra work and effort probably feels useless when you know that you're in a sea of DMs or job applicants, but trust and believe, as somebody who's now on the other side of things, a little bit of extra effort does go a very long way. And
my sides are red and yours are too, and the red on my face is matching you. And goodness, you bleed what a wonderful feeling deep down in your brain. My head is just reeling. The
I decided to delete this apology video. Record a new one. Whatever thing is gonna be
and she sent me a message with a GoFundMe link asking me to donate.
He's such a lazy piece of shit. Still in his bed, still shirtless. Did you apply for work today, James? I bet you didn't.
The video was basically me yelling at the camera, being super upset and frustrated because this person had never followed me, never supported me before.
The world's greatest martial arts tournament begins. Every name here will fight to be remembered. The Ice Palace left the Central Plains long ago.
I think he was recording too, but
fragile little piece.
And so,
it begins.
LOL. Anyways, I'm gonna have to do my bed soon, so yeah. I think that should be all for this video, to be honest. But I want to check who's my soulmate first. Because I'm bored and I want to see who is my soulmate. Happy birthday to stay with you. Hopefully it's like orange. Oh, it's pink. I don't mind pink if it's like a certain color pink. Although I like neon pink. Where does it go?
Can you shut up already about her not being subscribed to him? Jesus.
And it was clear that she had basically copied and pasted this DM to every influencer and celebrity she possibly could, asking for a handout. And I called her lazy. I said she was stupid. And I said she should have spent the time that she spent copying and pasting the message, applying for jobs instead. This video was fucking stupid. It was rude, it was obnoxious, it was privileged, and most importantly, it was completely unnecessary. When I saw that DM, I absolutely had the choice to ignore it and
Oh,
say
I
absolutely
have-
nothing at
wow.
all and move on with my day.
Do you, James, think that we're stupid? Or do you think we're dumb?
Like, what is his plan?
Who's gonna believe him? He's so
Genuine. He's
already showed his real face to us.
But instead, I couldn't even tell you why. Her message just triggered me, and I decided instead to make a video about it. And I bashed her, and it was obnoxious, and I shamed her for asking for help in a situation where she was clearly really struggling.
Okay, this is just
Last resort.
hilarious.
I have no idea what was going on in her life, and I should have never assumed that she was just copying and pasting this DM as an easy way out. I don't know. I just don't know. My
Okay,
intention
guys, I
behind making
know
this video
I said I
in the
would
first place
do a 1 hour
I
video.
get a lot of messages like this
This
every single
is 1
day,
hour.
and for me
Well,
personally, it definitely sucks
basically it
to
is.
receive
But
messages from
this is
people
just
that
my
don't follow you, that don't
outro,
support you,
so
treating you like a personal
love you
ATM
guys
or
so
bank
much.
account.
I
So wait, am I
really
understanding
love
this
you.
correctly? If you have influencer money, you have a lot of
And
money, it's
yeah.
not okay for
Bye,
your
my little
subscriber to
butterflies.
ask for donation.